Hey y'all, I'm Shayna. I'm back for another review. More Car Chronicles. This is Married to Medicine Season 11 Reunion Part 2. I promise I won't be before you long. I got to be quick, okay? I got to go get my children. So let's just jump into it, okay? Shout out to a few content creators. Some of my fellow YouTubers been reaching out to me, keeping me abreast of what's going on out here in these streets, keeping my ear to the streets, okay? Apparently, Sweet Tea and Dr. Simone were on Sweet Tea's YouTube channel acting a dang on fool. Why? I don't know. Like, it was just uncalled for, no rhyme or reason. Shout out to Miss Kira Speaks, Mrs. Best Reviews, and Watch Your Mouth Reviews. You know, send me content, let me know that Sweet Tea was on the internet saying she almost done paying off Quad's house. Girl, where is your mama? Where is your friends? Like, where is your sister? Why would you ever go on there saying that? What is the rhyme? What is the reason? It's not funny. I don't understand the joke. It's not cute. Girl, why? Anyway, let me get my glasses on. So we pick up where we left off with the alleged rumors that Dr. Damon's daddy may be cheating on Dr. Heavenly. Do it matter? She's not leaving. Who cares? She's not going to go, even if he is doing it. Not saying he is. I'm just saying if he do, she not gonna go. Even though he said he wouldn't do the same for her. But that's neither here nor there. So Dr. Contessa says Heavenly seems miserable to deal with. And she says, I hope Damon is finding happiness elsewhere. She hopes Damon is finding happiness cheating on his wife, is what I picked up. And that is nasty work. Contessa, let me tell you this. When Heavenly takes it to hell, don't you sit there crying, acting all sensitive, which is exactly what she did. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you acting. You started it. You ain't had to take it there. You did, and you get what you get in return. You know how Heavenly get down. She don't care. Okay? That mouth is lethal. Heavenly says she can't focus. She's distracted with Contessa's botched boob job. I said, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Contessa said, oh, you know, I had a double mastectomy because her mother had cancer and she had the traits. And so she had, girl, for those of us who've been watching the show, we know. We know. I don't want to sound insensitive though, but how and ever, because I feel for Contessa. Trust me, I do. I will say that dress was ill-fitting at the top. It just was. It just wasn't really flattering at the top. It seemed like they just tossed it on her and sent her on her way. That's neither here nor there. Contessa's beautiful. The cleavage area with the dress. But anyway, sitting down, because standing up, it was fine. But that's beside the point. You started it. If you can't read or you're sensitive, the last thing you need to be doing is starting with Heavenly. And she should know that. She's not new to this, okay? She's not new to this. So the two go back and forth, and then they end with telling each other they look beautiful. And Contessa was like, and so do my breasts. Contessa, please. So we get in the Sweet Tea's package. I don't know why she was trying to normalize age gap dating. Lord, this is what I get for trying to do a review after a long day of work, honey child. But anyway, she's trying to normalize age gap dating. And age gap dating has been normalized since the beginning of time. Girl, what are you talking about? So T says she had 2 failed attempts at IUI. She's trying to conceive a child. I forgot what IUI stand for. If you know, put it in the comments for us, okay? She has an upcoming consultation for IVF. Not with Dr. Jackie. At least she got some sense, child. I'm starting to feel like Dr. G might be the issue. He may be the problem. Maybe. I'm just, you know. But anyway, Sweet Tea says she was disappointed at Gregory putting a 2-year time limit on them being able to conceive. Why y'all didn't have this conversation before you got married? I don't understand how people get, what do y'all be discussing before y'all walk down that aisle? Or you just like, you know what? I just want to get married. It don't matter. We'll talk about that. We'll get into the logistics later. Let's just get down the aisle first and talk about these life-changing events later, like having children, because that makes sense. Simone chimes in And I wish she didn't, because that old clip from whatever season that was, where she was like harassing Quad to have Gregory's child because he was 48 at the time and now he about 58 and still ain't had no child. That was going around. And I just, when it comes to some, like, girl, where's your bedside manner like? Because the way you hooting and hollering at people, talking about, oh, he don't want to be 80 at a high school graduation. Then she took a little, she's talking about Andy. I mean, you would know because, you know, you're like an elder parent or something like that. She said something like that. Child, let him speak for himself. Because he's saying, oh, after 2 years. And I get it. Me personally, you couldn't pay me to have no child in my 50s. You couldn't pay me. I would turn it down. No. But let him speak for himself because he's still trying. They still going through IVF. They still trying. So it ain't over till it's over. A viewer asked T how to pull an older rich man. Well, how would she know? She told us last week that she paying the mortgage, his mortgage, for a house he got that still has his ex-wife's belongings in it. Child, please. Girl. Quad defends Doodoo Bird, Letitia, and states that a man should protect and provide for his wife and also hear her when she's speaking to him, listen to her, not treat her like a small child and run up the steps like a toddler having a tantrum. Letitia says, you're still worried about Gregory? Girl, oh, I'm about to take them Bantu knots and bop you upside the head. Girl, Quad is defending you. And you so dense. Like, Letitia, it's hard to defend you when you act this dense. It really is. This is why G called her naive. Quad said she gave T her scraps. She said, I gave you my scraps. And then T was like, are you still worried about him? And she said, okay, I let you have him. Because we all know he didn't want Quad to leave. He said it. That's why he got mad on the couple strip. And she said, then you slid and crawled into his DMs and gave him a promise that you still ain't made good on. Oop, woo, child. And Sweet Tea was just rolling her eyes. Girl, you're not quick enough, Letitia, with the comebacks. Like, you don't come back quick enough. You're not quick on your feet. Like, that's why people say it's not a good fit, because she's not quick enough with it. Like last week when Toya was like, oh, I ain't moving to nobody else's house, I know that. And I'm like, girl, and yes, you did. Every single one of your previous landlord's homes, honey. What are you saying? But see, Letitia, and it's so easy. It's so, like, it don't take nothing. But anyway, T and Quad argue, and T calls Quad an alleged drunk who had two DUIs. Now, I ain't know that. Miss Quad, you getting your Karen Huger on? What's going on with the Bravo celebrities and this little drinky drink issue going on? What's going on? I don't know. But everybody's like, that's not nice. Heavenly apologized for calling Greg a P word. And if y'all don't know what she called him, look it up, because I ain't about to get in trouble on this here YouTube. Y'all know I'm trying to get remonetized. Speaking of that, that's why I need y'all to hit the like button. Get me up in the algorithm, okay? Like, subscribe. Don't make me shang-a-lang my cup. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. Don't make me shake my cup like I'm out in the streets. Like the thing, okay? Please, it's free. So, a fan asked Jackie why she stood by Heavenly when Heavenly took a dig at T's fertility issues. I didn't think that she was taking a dig. I think she was responding. Because Heavenly explained that Sweet Tea said Heavenly's mother is where it's hot all the time. Okay? She said she was in HE double hockey 6. Heavenly said, my mother has a better chance in hell of having a baby than you do. Oh, Lord. Jackie said, she's like, I ain't want any of that on me. I ain't want none of that on me. I still want an explanation as to why you said what you said about mothers, black mothers whining and crying about being pregnant and you not taking them seriously or something like that. She said something along them lines. Okay, I ain't quoting her verbatim, but it was something like that. We ain't forget. Why is Jackie up here? Like, why she need to be off of here? So, where was I at? Oh yeah, T and Heavenly make amends for now. And then the guys arrive. Gregory, with his short little bow legs, jumped off the car. And he realized that he was isolated. He's away from the other fellas. He's in a room alone. And that's what he get. And then the guys was like happy to see King. Like, they ain't even feel no kind of way. Like, they didn't really care. Dr. Mimi is on stage. Child, y'all just doing stuff to fill up time. She didn't need to be there. She looked pretty. But we get into the mother-in-law stitch that Dr. Jackie calls it. What a weird nickname. Because Andy was like, why do you call it, when you give birth and they might have to stitch you back up if you tear? And he was like, why would you call it a mother-in-law stitch and not a husband stitch? And she's like, because your mother-in-law would be happy that you're making her son happy. Girl, this is weird and cringy. And that's why Dr. Jackie need to retire. But anywho, and I know, because I did tear, they said I tore just a little when I had my son, but not enough to need stitches. And with my daughter, I did have to get stitches. Dr. Mimi gave the lady some advice. She just wasn't really needed for me. And I know y'all like her. I feel indifferent. Like, if she come back next season, she do. If she don't, she don't. I don't feel no way. Because I don't think she made an impact. If she was on her long enough to make an impact. I really want Audra to come back, personally. But anyway. So the guys come out and Andy awkwardly tries to make King and Greg shake hands. I'm talking about the minute they sat down. Like, they ain't hashed nothing out or nothing. Like, Andy, read the room. So Damon makes it clear that he doesn't respect Greg for not defending him against the alleged cheating allegations. I was tuning a little bit in and out. It's because I thought we already had this conversation. How many times do we have to have it? And I thought we had it last season. But okay. Now, I know there's ways that Gregory Lunsford could have answered this. Like, oh, well, I don't know if he cheats or not. But, from the character I'm aware of or from the friend that I know, I don't think he would do anything. He could say something like that. He don't know what that man does behind closed doors. He don't. I don't blame him for not saying anything. I wouldn't have said nothing either. I don't know if you cheat or not in your downtime. I ain't with you all the time. I really don't think Gregory was wrong for not standing up for him. Now, he did lose me when he tried to turn around and use the same thing, talking about these guys know me, they know my character. Not so fast. Because you didn't know Damon's character when it came to them cheating allegations. So don't act like somebody's supposed to know your character when you get into a little tussle with King. Don't try it. Okay? But, all allegedly. So, Damon tried to compare, because Scott brought up, like, okay, your wife Heavenly called Greg a P. He could have lost his job. Like, that could affect his career. Damon tried to say, oh, well, so could cheating allegations. Mariah Hug, let me remind y'all again, brought up that he may have allegedly been cheating seasons ago. And anyway, I wouldn't have put it past him no way. Just point blank period. Like, I don't put it past nobody. No man especially. But that's just me. So, it wasn't like it was like, ooh, so shocking. People don't care about no man cheating, especially these male-identified women on this show. They don't care. They're going to try to justify it, make excuses for it, and move on. So, what are you talking about? That's not going to stop nobody from going to your practice. But saying somebody's an alleged P word will. It's not comparable. It's really not. So, Damon called G childish for no longer seeing his clients. I don't think he's losing business is kind of crazy. But if you don't want to deal with Dr. Damon no more because of what his wife said, that's not what's bothering me. I just wish that Dr. G would have stood on business and been like, look, did you hear what your wife called me? Don't send no clients my way. No, I'm not working with you ever again. Or, no, I will not work with you no more. Okay? Hello? Make it make sense. Why would I work with you? Like, the lights are on. Is anybody home? I don't want to work with you after what your wife just said on the internet. But he didn't. He tried talking about something. Oh, he didn't want to work with Damon's clients because they high maintenance. Like, see, that's what because when you tell like little silly stories like that, at least in my opinion, it don't really hit the same. Like, you should have just stood on business. And what was Damon gonna do to you? Nothing. Not send you no more clients, and she was turning them down anyway. T told Toya backstage, like, you need to be quiet, because they started arguing backstage, and they was calling Gregory a B.I.T. and calling Dr. Damon a real man and all this stuff. Like, oh, child. Especially Toya. Like, girl, why are you so boisterous? What you got to do with this? And after T told Toya to be quiet, Toya was like, no, that's part of the problem in your household, is that you don't speak. Your husband the only one speaking. And Toya... Sweet Tea drops the ball again. Once again, I would have been like, Toya, you would know. Since your husband don't get to talk in your household, since Eugene has always had to be on mute in your household because you're always running your mouth, you would know. But Letitia, Anyway, Damon and Greg make amends. Good, because I don't want to hear about it no more. I really don't. Honestly, I don't. Simone and Quad, next thing you know, they start cussing each other out. They start going back and forth because Curtis was defending Quad, and the ladies can't stand that. And they were saying like, oh, basically like Curtis was saying like last year, Quad had to sit here while Dr. G was flaunting Letitia all in her face, and she ain't say nothing. She had to sit here and endure that, and all they had to say was, Quad don't got no man, Quad don't got no man. So when she brings him in, it shouldn't be no problem. And Quad was like, yeah, I didn't feel no way, I didn't say nothing. And Simone started chiming in with her teeth. Girl, had more to say than Letitia. Like, what? How? So they start cussing each other out backstage. I'm talking about they was acting like they was in the streets, honey. And Quad was like, and I helped you find your daddy knocking door to door. And Simone was like, you were just doing that for the camera. And she admitted she was only hanging out with the Lunsfords out of spite. Letitia, are you hard of hearing? Hello, ding, ding, ding. Did you hear what she just said? You making YouTube videos with Simone when she just said she hung out with you out of spite. And here's Simone go again talking about Quad was giving her booty for them to kiss. Girl, what are you talking about? This like hatred you have for Quad is weird. I normally don't like going and throwing this around, saying women are jealous of each other. I hate it because I feel like people just overly use it. Like, oh, she just hating on me. She's just jealous. Like, everybody ain't jealous. Like, sometimes people just don't, their personalities just clash and that's it. I really think that Simone is a little envious. Why? Because she thought that Quad just wasn't going to be able to survive without no man. And when Quad was able to not only survive, but thrive without that husband and walked away child-free, no attachments to the man, she can't stand it. And I think a lot of them wish they had the courage to walk away from these marriages and ain't going nowhere. But they don't. She's out there living her life, having fun with her real friends. They couldn't stand it. This can't just be about Sister Circle. Because Sister Circle ain't been on in 10 years. Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. They might as well just come to blows and fight it out and get it over with. Because I'm so tired. I'm tired of this. And then that's where it ends. Right there when they cussing each other out. Child. Simone and that tissue paper dress she got on is just getting on my last nerve. Quad is trying with you. And you are just looking for a reason. Like, y'all, you got to find somebody new to argue with. You got to find somebody else. This is old. But y'all let me know what y'all thought. Drop down. Let me know in the comments. Like the video on your way out. I will see you in the next one. Bye.